Hi there, welcome to I Lone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Aries energy. And for this round, we're just going to ask for a topic of discussion. Could be a little story or it could just be one card. And then we'll ask for like advice and what the possible outcome could be in a situation. So what wants to be talked about in Aries energy? The Five of Wands. Why? Because of the Page of Swords. So, I view the Five of Wands as Leo energy, which can be our egoic nature. And we could have inner conflict. You know, and it's kind of like, what egoic nature do I align with within myself? My more worldly, maybe self-focused, maybe more immature view of life, competitive in the world, maybe a little immature in my thinking, logic, and reasoning, kind of more focused on the worldly dream, maybe more myself or indulgence, maybe competitive, or am I aligned with my more hopeful, believing, high vibe Leo energy and my inner child nature of hope and faith and belief in my dreams? What is my truth? And you know, some people right now could be struggling within themselves about what their truth is. Some people might have inner conflict about a Page of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. For those of you, the fives also talk about change. For those of you that you've changed, if you used to be more aligned with maybe your more codependent nature, maybe up in your ego a little bit more about being in relationships with people because you had inner conflict about kind of having that more hopeful, believing spirit. If you've changed, there could be other people that don't like it because they might want to be in a relationship with you, but you're not the same person you were before. You've changed. And instead of aligning with your more worldly, egoic, codependent, more immature view of life, you do have that hopeful, believing spirit, and you could be taking action on that truth and speaking your truth. The Page of Swords isn't like a harsh type of message. It's just speaking your truth. This is my truth. I've changed. High vibe Leo energy. I want to be in authentic, loving, warm, nurturing, supportive relationships because ever since we've been children, that's the type of environment that we thrive best within. And I'm being that type of person to myself, offering myself like being my own best mother, father, coach voice in my own head. I'm taking over the role of being a good parent to myself instead of being a more codependent energy where you could have looked to other people to kind of play that role in your life. You're supposed to love me. You're supposed to make me feel better about myself. But it kept you in more codependent energy, and being in those type of relationships, eventually we have inner conflict with because we don't like people treating us like they're the parent and I'm the child. Or you're the teacher and I'm the student. So, some high vibe people have changed. And some other people might not like it, and other people do like it. Different people could be communicating with you in various ways by how they treat you or don't talk to you. Some people don't like and have turned their back to you because you've changed. And they maybe, maybe you just don't view life the same way you did before. And they do still view life that way. And because you've changed, they don't want to communicate with you or move forward with you in a relationship. But other people could communicate with you that they're happy that you've changed. You know, they're glad that you freed yourself from whatever things in your life could have manipulated you. Just your fear, your insecurity, your self-limiting beliefs, your more codependent nature, immature nature, whatever it is. Okay, tell us a little bit more about this story. Okay. The Nine of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and that Five of Wands. Why? Because of the King of Pentacles. So, We could have had people in our life. The King of Pentacles can represent a lot of things. Could represent a Capricorn if you particularly had a Capricorn in your life. But it can represent workplaces, people that you wanted to be in a relationship with, you were in a relationship with, you wanted to marry, you did marry. But it could represent a workplace too. And just people in your life who could have been someone who you thought would move forward with you, even if you did change, because we're talking about changing in high vibe energy. I've just grown and healed or matured in some way. And I do view the King of Pentacles in high vibe is someone who is really who they say they are. And that's also high vibe Leo. You authentically are who you say you are because you've learned these lessons in life. And you've learned to love and believe in yourself, and you are a stable, grounded, loving, nurturing person, and you are not operating from your more worldly, shadowy nature anymore. And that's why some people have a problem with you. Because the kings can talk about how we present ourselves in the world. There's other people in the world who present themselves in King of Pentacles energy. It can be male or female because when we go take action in the world, it is considered masculine energy. And then the feminine figures can represent how we think and feel. So you're presenting yourself as a very stable, grounded, emotionally mature person that people should want to hire, people should want to go into business with, people should want to be friends with and marry. Other people try to present themselves as being that type of person too, but that might not be the truth of who they are. So, we have, again, you've given a lot of thought to love. And you've been in relationships with people who you felt maybe were trying to emotionally manipulate you and use their emotions manipulatively in a relationship versus authentically investing in it from love. And you saw the truth of it, and you've detached from some of those people, from the 9 down to the 8. I could have been up in my head about it before, but I've seen the truth. They're not someone who's kind of on the same page as me. And though I could love them, there's a maximum of 10 in every suit. If you're 8 swords up in your head, you're up in your head about 2 cups of love. But we can love people, but if we don't feel like we're on the same page and we have the same dream, the 7 of Swords is Aquarius energy about our dreams. My dream is different than their dream. And I might feel like they are more living from their mind than their heart. And they are more in their worldly, egoic nature and competitive in the world. And maybe more about them and their ego and their image or status or something. And their dream is different than my dream. And I also might have found out in the friendship, the job, the romantic relationship, that they might present themselves as an emotionally mature, stable, grounded person, but they're kind of being deceptive. They're really operating more from ego, like trying to create an illusion. But they really could be quite immature in their thinking, logic, and reasoning, and how they view life, how they view themselves, how they view relationships. And you're no longer, you did this work within yourself to kind of being in denial about the truth. Because also in the 8 of Swords, it's the last 2 swords to close out a cycle. And that can be feeling stuck. And some people are going through that right now. And they're really, kind of debating within themselves. How should I live my life? Do I have hope and faith and belief in love? Do I trust other people? Do I believe I have the capability to be in a more emotionally mature, stable, grounded relationship? I don't know. The 5 of Wands can talk about the competition. Maybe I could be in a relationship with someone else where it is more about those things. And I can keep having my inner conflict or be more in my egoic nature or defensive nature, immature nature, and they'd stay in a relationship with me anyway. So people could really be trying to think about what their dream is, and some of those people could be having a lot of inner conflict about trying to figure out what their truth is. In the meantime, while some of those people are trying to think about what their truth is and having a lot of inner conflict, other people might want to be in a relationship with them and wondering, are these people on the same page as me? Are they going to kind of bring it into reality, is what the Pentacles can talk about. To bring this dream into reality. And we can't keep staying stuck when someone isn't investing in us and we're just hoping one day they'll see the truth. Well, if people were motivated to work together with us, they would communicate with us and start working together with us to work through whatever the conflict is. Some might be afraid that you have inner conflict about someone else. Well, I guess unless people talk about it, they're not going to find out. And if people aren't communicating with you, it just helps you get more and more clear that apparently we're not on the same page, and I'm not going to keep staying like stuck in inner conflict. I'm going to keep doing this work to love and believe in myself, putting work and effort to bring my dreams into reality. You know, that's moving forward, getting a different job, meeting other people, investing in the people in my life, and loving and encouraging them. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to just keep my life on hold. I'm going to keep my options open also, because if someone isn't working together with me, then I can't work together with them. Other people are in a relationship right now, and they have different truths and different dreams and different things that motivate them. And both of them could be kind of stressed because, again, there can be love there, but how I want to move forward, one person might be more about the world. The other person is more about dealing with our inner conflicts to be more authentic and loving and warm in the relationship. And the other person's like, I'm kind of defensive. I thought you would just stay in the relationship because we're in a relationship and you don't want to go find another relationship. I thought you'd stay in the relationship because it looks good by worldly standards. And the other person's like, I don't want to just stay in a relationship because it looks good and the stability and security. I feel like I'm missing an opportunity in love. And I've given it a lot of thought, and I feel like maybe I wasn't seeing the truth. You know, because we can all get in relationships with people because we're attracted to people. We have a lot of commonality. But then really, what is the truth of what drives the actions that we take? One person could be more motivated by love. The other person could be more motivated by the world. And we maybe didn't know that initially. And maybe we had lessons to learn about listening to our intuition. Or maybe at one time we were into whatever the other person was into or viewed life a certain way. We all grow up in the world and we all do kind of make our life about the world. And those are the things that drive and motivate us. And then as time goes by and we grow up and, you know, we learn lessons in life, it helps us get more and more clear about what our truth is. And some people for a long time with the Nine of Swords, that was their truth. But then as time went by, they could have felt like, I could feel like someone's kind of emotionally manipulating me, maybe being manipulative, maybe being controlling, maybe was deceptive from the beginning and they really don't want to do love, but they could have presented themselves like they were going to do love, but it really is more about ego or image or something, you know, or just because they have a lot of inner conflict and they just wanted to be in a relationship to feel better, you know. So people are doing the work to try to figure out the truth. If people are in relationships and they're mismatched relationships, some people right now are being deceptive and manipulative, and they might do something to try to manipulate the loving people in their life. Like, well, if you're not going to keep indulging me the way you used to kind of indulge me, you used to be more codependent on me. Well, now you seem like you've changed. I don't like that. I might do something to try to cause you to get in your ego, so you'll quit doing what you're doing and kind of indulge me in my ego. And that could be a very foolish risk that they might take. It's always a foolish risk. Why not be truthful and authentic and just and fair? But, that's when we kind of find out that people have this inner conflict and they're a little more immature than we thought. And they take action to try to cause people to get in their ego, their fear, their codependent nature, their insecurities, their competitive energy. Look, I'm going to go flirt with the competition. Aren't you going to follow me? Aren't you going to come with? Come on, come on, come on, do the relationship the way I want. And some high vibe people aren't even in their ego about some people like that in their life. They've already let those people move on. I see the truth of who you are. I see this is how you operate. I've changed. I'm not even interested in you anymore. I have changed. I have freed myself. So, what is let's see. What's some advice for people that harness some high vibe Aries energy? Oops. Oh, no, that's a fourth of the deck. That's too many. What's advice for people who harness some high vibe Aries energy? The Six of Cups, the Empress, the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Fool. And the reason it came out is because of the Five of Cups. If we know we have some people in our life that have some unresolved issues from their past that kind of manipulates them, gets them up in their head, gets them up in their fear, gets them up in their conflict. If we've been loving and encouraging and authentic and truthful and honest with those people, but the truth is they're not willing to want to deal with the truth, eventually we have to see the truth that if those things keep manipulating them, then it's like a third party in our relationship, whether that's their ego, their competitive nature, their immature nature, their manipulative nature, deceptive nature, worldly nature, more focus. That if we keep staying in relationships with people who the third party in the relationship isn't hope and faith and belief and love, our dreams can't come into reality with those people. And so then we offer ourselves that cup of love from the Five to the Six of Cups to kind of reconcile ourselves with the truth of the situation. And they might, in their Scorpio energy of the Five and Six of Cups, we might find them more superficial and shallow, and they also might like to be people who keep their emotions buried beneath the surface, and we can't have a more deep, meaningful relationship because we're emotionally complex human beings, and people have the free will to make their life more about ego and image and these things of the world to get people to be in a relationship with them, but they don't really want to do a deep, meaningful relationship. So we offer love to the situation, to come to peace with it, and to maintain balance within ourselves, to love and believe in ourselves, and to love our own inner child nature that wants to move forward in love and go on this journey in life to be in these types of relationships. And eventually we wish them peace. And though we could have fond memories of them and we could view them as a loving person, could even view them, some of them could be a just and fair and kind of loyal and committed person, but if they have some unresolved issues from their past, the Six of Cups can mean that they kind of keep repeating a certain pattern of way of being in a relationship, and we could find it manipulative, hurtful, competitive, stubborn, manipulative, and it's like, I don't want to be in relationships with people who are like that because I don't find it very loving. And so I wish you peace, but I'm going to be bold and brave and confident to love myself, and I'm going to go on a new journey. And the people in my life who do work together with me in this way, and I feel like we are on the same page, whether that's friends, family, adult children, siblings, The people in my life who are working together with me in this way are the people I'm going to keep moving forward with. If there's people in my life who I wish would, but they're not, everybody's got the free will to live their life the way they want. And if they have inner conflict about moving forward with me in this way, it is what it is. I wish you peace. I'm moving on. And I'm going to keep investing in maintaining balance within myself, loving myself, believing in myself, believing in my dreams. I'm sad some of those people won't move forward with me in this way at this time. And I'm going to keep putting in work and effort to manifest my dreams into reality, if that's in my career field, my unique talent, skills, and interest, the people in my life that I'm in relationships with. I can't repeat an old pattern. I've already been there and done that. It would be someone who, the equivalent to someone who's like 25, hanging out with another 25-year-old, but that person wants to do things and hang out and do things like, and views life like they did when they were 18. And it's like, I've already been 18. Yeah, I don't want to live my life like an 18-year-old anymore. I have these other things that I'm kind of motivated and inspired to engage in and put my attention into. So I wish you peace, but we're just on different pages in life. And what could be the outcome for people who are harnessing high vibe Aries energy, wishing people peace and love, but speaking their truth in love, freeing themselves from things that manipulate them to move forward with the people in their life that are on the same page as them? What could be a possible outcome? We have the 9 of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups because of the Page of Cups. The Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is like willing to be a student of life. Life is about learning lessons, and there are some people in our life that is like, I don't want to step out of my comfort zone. This is how I like to live my life. This is what's important to me. And other people, the Empress energy talks about, us continuing to grow and mature and heal ourselves. And we keep like giving birth to a new version of ourselves, kind of like the nesting dolls. I shed an old way of being. When I was 15, it was great to be like a 15-year-old. But then I face my fears. I detach from my more immature ways of being. And I give birth to like being more like an 18-year-old. And then it's great to be an 18-year-old. But I want to keep growing and healing and maturing myself. I want to grow to my full potential. And there's some people in our life that have a lot of inner conflict about change, with the 5s being about change. They could have inner conflict about maybe they're codependent on other people or the world, not willing to be more independent. And the 9 of Pentacles is about being independent. Knowing your worth and value, feeling stable and grounded within yourself. Why? Because you invested in loving yourself and appreciating yourself and what you bring to the table and wanting to keep growing and maturing yourself to your full potential. And you're willing to be a student of life, and, maybe you have learned a lot more lessons than some other people in the world. And again, they could be more aligned with their more worldly nature. Instead of being more independent from the world, they could make their life and how they define themselves and their worth and value is based on what they wear and what they look like and who they hang out with and where they went on vacation and how much money they have. And, that's how some people, it is the whole definition of their worth and value. And for other people, they know they're worth so much more than that, that what really makes them valuable is that they are these just and fair and stable and authentic and loving people. But some people are like, yeah, that's great. You go away. I got to go find the people that have these things because that's the most important thing, and they just don't value it. And you value yourself. You go live your life with whoever you want that wants to live their life like you do. I'm going to go find the people in the world that aren't operating more from their ego nature, that are willing to get out of their ego to admit that they maybe do have some healing and growing and maturing to do and want to move forward with me in hope and faith and belief and love. So there you go, Aries energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.